And what is up, guys? After that very short break, we are back to a 70-star Division 2 league race. And this time, it is, of course, Momo and Protoman squaring off. And this is a battle of two very consistent players who might not be going for the greatest strats in the world. But you can really tell by the gameplay that they know what they're doing. And so far in the league, they've been very successful at it. Protoman and Momo easily within playoff contention right now. So this is, even if you might not look at it and say, oh, this is like a cheese versus Punke, this is actually second place versus fourth place. But Proto actually used to be first in the league, so he's dropped off just a little bit, losing recently, I believe, to Tabascoth, who is currently in first place. Proto has 336 points, Momo has 381, and Taba has 385, so maybe Momo just played an extra game. But, you know, Momo's been playing very well in the league. Been getting a lot of, like, 50s, 51s. These are not easy times to beat. So, Protoman's going to have his work cut out for him. But he's also said recently that he's PB'd. Or he recently got a 49 and 70 star and decided that, you know what? It's about time I updated a lot of my strats. I'm going through. I'm going to pick out a lot of things. You know, beef them up. And try to play more optimally, try to play faster. But in the race against Taba, that didn't work out so well. He ended up getting a worse time than usual. A proof that consistency is key when it comes to race environments. But we'll see what he goes for today, because he might try to tone it back a little bit while still going for a lot of his newer movement. And a lot of it is standard these days, so it was just him doing like comfy race strats. So I'm very curious to see what Protoman is going to go for today, and I hope you'll all keep a close eye on him. And I'll tell you if anything is out of the ordinary. So we got him in bomb clip, both getting lag 2 skip successfully. And now they're going to be taking care of the first star in the game. You know, not having to do LWLJ in this category. But getting bomb clip, you know, good bit easier. And it's always nice to see both runners off to a solid start. Although we do have Momo on Japanese version, it looks like he's ahead. But he's really not. And in fact, over the course of the run, will be a good 3 seconds of advantage for Protoman. Now we have a route difference, so Momo's going to save a second back by going to Womps. So make that like 2 seconds, because doing the side first, as I'm sure a lot of you already know, is slightly faster. We'll see what Protoman wants to do strat-wise, if he's actually going to go for his fast 100-coin cycle and Owless. Canless first, you know, it's a good move. I think a lot of people really want to get Canless out of the way. Protoman getting it out of the way just like that. Momo taking care of the side star as well, and I think we're still just about tied. Protoman not making any mistakes with that smooth texture setup. A little bit riskier than the ledge grab, which a lot of people will do in races, even at a very high level. To lose about 2 seconds for improved consistency, you know, people like Cheese definitely in favor of that kind of philosophy. Protoman, though, is going for his fast 100-coin cycle. He's done a lot of half cycle in the past to keep it extra comfy. But honestly, as long as you take care of the side flip wall kick, this cycle is very easy to make. Protoman, plenty of time, and is going to be taking care of this small time save over his previous repertoire. Momo also getting the Owless. So out of the way, Protoman actually looking a bit hesitant on the islands. But overall, you just want to make sure you get enough coins and you don't fall off. And he's done that pretty well. So overall, Protoman, solid beginning to Womps and to the race in general. And as he spawns the star, m0m0 is going to go for Cannonless. Will he actually get the star yet? Yep. So actually doing the slower setup, but it's not a big deal. You just want to make sure you get it. And he's got it, of course. Alright, Wild Blue. So he's actually really saving 100 coin for later on. Most people will do it at the latest after Owless and Cannonless. Proto is doing Wild Blue and not Owless, so that makes me think that even though he is doing the fast 100 coin, he's not going to risk messing up Owless in this run. He's just going to take care of Womps block, fortress and ride the very helpful owl to victory. It loses about 4 seconds, but if you miss Alice, it costs about 8. So it really depends. If you're like nervous at all, then it's not a bad idea. Alright, so m0m0 doing half cycle, this is a lot slower. It's about like 4, maybe only 3 seconds, but you know, it's a good bit slower than the cycle that Protoman did. But m0m0 looking to execute that one cleanly. Oh, actually, as I say that, ledge grab, losing some time grabbing the final red coin and spawning the star. So we look at Protoman, and I think he's actually a little bit in the lead. But we're going to have to see what m0m0 is going to do the rest of his womps, if he's going to make any mistakes, and if Protoman is going to get through the owl in the slide successfully, which I'm pretty sure he will. But there's always a chance something will go awry. You know, that's a pretty strong owl. Definitely put in the work, got the wing strength. And a 603 is actually pretty good Womps 8. No mistakes from Protoman. You know, with going for the owl, 603 is almost like below 6 minutes, which he would have gotten if he had gotten first try owl. So good start for Protoman. Really solid. And m0m0 has just got the last star to get, and then we'll see the lead. I'm gonna call a 12-9. Actually, that's pretty good. That'll be faster than that. 12-8. There we go. m0m0 finishing up top of the fortress. Done with Womps. And now we get to the fun stuff. I mean, not quite yet, but Dark World's pretty fun, I guess. Unless you're the one playing and you die. So we can actually see Protoman is about 5, like maybe 7 seconds in the lead. And the timers are synced, so what you see is actually what you get. Protoman and m0m0 are going to be synced on the fade out. Going to be a 7:37 versus a 7:43. 6 seconds for Protoman. So good start for both. Because Protoman had a good beginning, but m0m0 not far behind at all. Alright, some slow reds coming out of Protoman. m0m0 can definitely save some time, but he's dipped below the first twins. And that's actually going to cost him a couple of seconds now. Protoman, like, smooth sailing. Although it was slow, he managed to get every single coin. And m0m0 with that kind of unfortunate turn in momentum, he's going to have to get those extra ones. And you might notice he's got a turnaround and doesn't set up the angle super well. But good adjustment. You kind of want to hold an off angle for that kind of jump. So Dark World for Protoman, you know, he had a good bit of practice just now getting that Chig cycle against Benji. Got to do it 3 times, in fact. So I think it's going pretty well. However, he did take a death in the 3rd race, getting the 6th red coin, which is a very costly death to take indeed. Now he's going to be pretty slow for Chig. I don't think he can make it anymore. He's going to have to really book it. But the way he's avoiding these aims, I think he's just kind of decided he's not going to go for it. Going for a normal cycle instead. Poverty normal cycle. Very comfy movement. It looks like he knows how to handle it. Momo also getting Poverty Shig. And grabbing that started at 9:30, so Momo saving about 4 seconds in Dark World, presumably. Don't want to speak too soon, but there's not too much to go wrong in the very end of the stage. Unless Momo did get normal cycle, but I think he got Chig. This is a solid run from Protoman. No mistakes. And, you know, if you asked Host to analyze it, he'd probably say, well, that was slow, that was slow. He lost some time there, blah, blah, blah. But obviously in a race, it is just about that consistency. And consistency will make you win. Alright, actually nice wing cap or sky jump from Protoman, although an extra kick at the top was unnecessary. It was some good movement to get there. If Protoman got like a perfect victory, like the quote like flawless victory if you got 59 points, he'd actually be in first. So it's not that far off for him. Although more likely if he got like 40, 45-ish, he would be in third place right behind Momo. So we'll see how that one actually will turn out. And if Momo wins, he's in first by a good bit. Alright, happy little penguin saving from Protoman. Momo doing the same star. Alright, Proto's doing these wall kicks, but that's a bad angle. Yeah, he's not going to be able to make it there. He's going to have to do some side flips to back it up. Or so side flip and some wall kicks. And this cost some time. Momo doing the safe strat, but this could definitely be faster if he really wants it to be. And that's saving time for sure against Protoman. So first, I mean, not his first mistake, but I think that's one of the few places that Momo saved time this run. And also declaring CCM 18 for both runners. This is pretty cool. Cool mountain. You know, both of them going to race the penguin, which can actually really wreck your run if you mess it up. So you might see both runners take the safety red as just a precaution. But if you don't want to race the penguin, you either have to do double plus or you do HMC early. HMC early is a very race-friendly route where you can do SL Reds and Toxic Maze, losing a little bit of time, but saves you from having to race the penguin. Sorry, just want to get some water. Protoman grabbing the safety red. And Momo, big nosedive, taking a dip in the snow. Got it all over his face. It's freezing cold. The wind beating down. Tears in his eyes. Trying to get into the chimney. Can't even see where he's going. Okay, there he goes. Alright, Protoman collecting all these coins. He can miss 3. Momo, I don't think he can. I think he can only miss 1. Protoman didn't miss any, so he actually has to miss 3 coins. So this race is really close out of Skullpool Mountain. You know, as I said, both players playing very consistently, and this is awesome to see. I think Protoman's decided that, you know, for the most part, I'm going to do what's worked for me in the league, and, you know, I'm not going to dispute that at all. So they're just a bit of castle movement apart. You see Proto going to BB-8 right now, and Momo is entering the courtyard. Ooh, stuck on the fountain. Momo losing a little bit of time here to the boo kill. Wow. Also losing time to the entry. You see how it kind of popped him up there? That's the introduction of the cutscene to actually enter the stage, which means that you were actually on the ground when it triggered. If you want to be like just a little bit in the air above it to trigger it the fastest. Now they're doing different stars, but Momo's not ahead. He's actually behind by like 10, maybe 15 seconds. Probably more like 10. Also doesn't help that Protoman can't get this boo bopper either. Cool wall kick shot from Protoman going off of the hanging balcony wall. And he is still in the lead. And not even 10 seconds, I don't think. You know, this is a very comfy run. I'm actually here. I'm actually wearing a blanket right now. It's too comfy. But this is what I said. The fun stuff is yet to come. Plus, Lethal Lava Land, Fire Sea. It's all coming up within the next 10 minutes. So you better get your boots ready, I guess. Not sure what that even means. Keep your eyes peeled. What does that emote do? Whatever. My day's going well, thanks for asking. Protoman, big bomb. Good angle. Big boy, big strats. Not really. It's the basic plus. But big boy execution. Big something else. What, am I getting booted off commentary now? Hey, you got some Protoman Stargate in the chat. Can we get some spam for Protoman? Alright, nice talents from Proto. Momo looking to get the... Momo looking to get decent talents as well. I always like seeing some of the random emotes people have. Although, if you subscribe to GSA, you can get some exclusive emotes. Obviously, one of my favorites is the sync. And these runners have been pretty close, but if you ever get a completely tied up moment, you know, you can drop that sync in the chat. Mandatory plug, of course. But Protoman and I actually can't believe it. Like, this was a very clean SSL from both runners. Sometimes you can see, especially in Division 2, like a whole minute lost, you know, 2 missed pluses, you know, a death, you know, maybe missed the bird, having to do backups all over the place, and it's not fun. But these runners, just look at SL and you're like, nah. Oh, Virago bringing back the Speedrun SM64 emote. Classic. I miss Speedrun Ditto. Alright, Protoman, super good flying actually. That was impressive. The way he controlled his arc to land right on the fence, and Momo as well. That's some nice flying. You know, it takes a lot more effort to control Mario in the air than you might think. So Proto also having some Lethal Lava Land practice. Wow, okay. 3 HP, gotta be careful. Bully not going down without a fight. Sometimes you just need the principal to come in and smack the crap out of them. That is objectively false, Milo. I was definitely using Speedrun Ditto. Although, I guess in general, Chad was not a big fan of Speedrun Ditto. Alright, 3 more stars for both. This is actually almost synced up right now. Both of them going for bullies. You know, Protoman actually getting a really clean ground pound, taking all 3 down in 1 blow. But Momo, oh, actually, he didn't fall in the lava and was able to recover, kicking off the last bully. So this is pretty nice. Protoman saved some time that Momo had been gradually making up over the course of basement and BBH, I suppose. But you know what? This is exactly how they like to play the game. Momo doesn't mind if he misses the 3rd bully as long as he gets hit on the backup, doesn't get burned, doesn't lose a whole bunch of time. It's no biggie. A little ledge grab there. Once again, Momo not going to be too preoccupied about that. Protoman narrowly missing the lava boost, but he was able to get it. And that was, I believe, a bit better than he usually does. I think he used to do triple jump. And Momo getting lava boost as well. Really nice to see. Usually, I would say the scariest star in Lethal Lava, and you can see as they go for the triple jump, they have to readjust their angle to not fall off that tiny little bridge they have to work with. Takes a lot of nuance and just good awareness of where Mario is at all times. So Runner's definitely showing some good class here. Division 2, it may be, but winners all the same. Okay, Momo. 1 more star. Protoman 2156 fade out. Momo looking to be 8 seconds behind. 7 actually. This is nuts. Alright, Dire Docks. The chest star is typically comfy, but if you really want to go full AUM, this is one of the stars where you really want to optimize your turns, perfect swims, perfect camera control to get a super clean time. And Protoman and Momo actually looking to be quite comfortable with swimming. Protoman does have a 145 and 120 star where you do a whole lot more swimming than in 70. Momo wide turn here, but looking to get the chest regardless. Protoman, good chests. Momo, not missed anything. Pretty good as well. Yeah, top 4 right now are Tabascoth first, Momo 2nd, Drogi 3rd, and Protoman 4th. They're all pretty close. And then you have JJ 5th and Cartoon Buffoon 6th. You know, DDD, it's kind of nice, relaxing. I just finished the last of my water, but you know what? I think I'm gonna be parched in just a couple seconds. It's about to heat up big time. It's Fire Sea after Manta, because obviously you can screw up to Manta a good bit, but it is all about Fire Sea in these runs. that are so close, a lava boost could really turn the tide. And this is actually something where only this week Arc Circum posted a new route to do the red coins to make lava boost early yellies, and it's found to actually be faster by maybe about a second, at least half a second, which actually makes it more like a Shig level movement, which before was like Zaya level movement, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. So, in other words, you don't have to be Tago to get a really good Fire Sea. And Protoman's doing it now. He's going for the red in the cage, and m0m0 going for the classic route. You can see how they diverge here. For Protoman, you can look, he even takes a burn, but he's on pace for lava boost, where m0m0 actually has to have a really good Fire Sea. Alright, here we go. Protoman making lava boost early Ellies. There you go. New strat, hot in action. Flames shooting up from the Fire Sea, but they're not from Bowser, they're from Protoman, and he's dusting all over the course. You know, flaming dust, I suppose. But man, let's go. Good Fire Sea. He's definitely up to date right now. That means he's actually put in some practice in the last 2 days. And actually, it's one of those strats where I'm surprised we haven't found it earlier. Maybe someone had, but didn't think it was faster. Because I've honestly, you know, thought a lot about like, ooh, what can you do in Fire Sea? But going into the cage like that to get the second red, it just seems like one of those very simple but ingenious ideas. Thanks, Trophy Case. You know, I welcome the m0m0 Stargate spam. You know, I think, you know, chat activity is good. Sometimes you get too much spam, it can get kind of annoying. You know, toxic cancer, whatever you want to call it. But this is cool. I like you guys. Hope you all are enjoying the stream and hanging out. And this is a good run for Protoman. I'm sure this can PB as well. I mean, you'd have to play well to PB, but of course, like if you have a 49, you do have to play kind of well to PB anyway. m0m0's got the key. That is true. This is such a good race. Protoman starting out with the elevator, starting with Gyro World. Out of the individual stars, this is definitely the hardest. Not going for the triple jump wall kick, but even without it, the rest is still liable to trip you up on multiple occasions. m0m0 starting off with that 100 coin. Usually, a lot of people want to get the 100 coin out of the way first. Protoman taking care of the wall kicks, a good angle, and good mid-air kind of strafing to land on the elevator when you're supposed to. Alright, m0m0 missing a coin. He's got to double back to get these blue coins before they disappear. One's flashing, but m0m0 was on the case, hot on the trail. You know, m0m0 blue coins get not gonna let anything skip out of his sight. Protoman spinning on his 100 coin, actually doing a different method to get the boxes, but still missed a single coin there. He's gonna have to figure out how to get a perfect coin count from here on out. Don't want to miss any from the boxes here like m0m0 is going to come up with now. Protoman taking care of the blue coins, but m0m0 is already in the second half of the star. You know, he is behind Protoman by the elevator star, but still trying to get this start done so he can move on. Protoman onto the secrets part, taking care of these boxes. You just got to push them a little bit till you hear the nice sound. But, you know, usually you want to know when that sound's going to go off, so you don't actually push the box longer than you have to. But m0m0 is actually falling off of the plank here, and this is really bad. Going for this backup is actually very difficult. You got to really time your wall kicks properly. The first one's got to be big. The second one's got to be small. And you can see he actually pulled that one off beautifully. But still, that one loses a lot of time. Look how much it takes him to set up the camera, to turn around, and to just come back up here and collect these coins. While Protoman, he's still got to do a backup box. What? Protoman made the same mistake? He can actually go get this backup box if he really wants to. Okay, bad idea from Protoman. Pro tip, if you're ever there, hit the purple switch again. Go up the cork boxes. And then once you're up there, you can do a long jump from the roof of that cage on the left of Protoman's screen and land where these coins are. But either Protoman not really aware, or just doesn't want to have to worry about a scary long jump, because that back m0m0 did is very scary. You can mess it up multiple times in a row, and that just loses you like 30 seconds or more. So not a great 100 coin from either runner, and it's got to be said, Protoman and m0m0 coming out alive, but not unscathed. They're kind of beat up by this wet dry world. Alright, the star count is actually tied, so I think m0m0 might have actually saved a little bit of time on the star. Actually, I don't know. It seems about what it was after Fire Sea, so I guess both of them were equally scuffed. Right there, Protoman taking care of the last star in the stage. You know, Wet Jar World is, in most cases, not as hard as TTM, but I think it really can smack you around. It doesn't actually flow as fast as Tall Mountain, which is one of the reasons I think it's such a cool stage. I mean, I like Wet Jar World and Tall Mountain, but Wet Jar World, you kind of have to navigate in some smaller spaces. You know, you can't actually optimize everything to the perfect degree with 100 coin RNG and such. Protoman, good secrets, getting the triple jump dive over the third one, eating a lot of lag, but can he back it up? Yeah, okay, good stuff from Proto. m0m0 looking to match this as well. Triple jump dive, a little bit of lag reduction as well, not a whole lot of significance to that one, but still turning it around, getting the double jump clip into the mountain, and going to save that. Caught a couple of seconds against Protoman. A very consistent run from m0m0 as well, and I think in almost any other D2 race, rather, he would be in the lead. But Protoman had just not given him many openings this entire race, getting Lava Boo's early Ellies on top of it, and even when m0m0 had a chance to make up time in Wet Jar World, he couldn't finish it up with the right ending. The runner, BK runner, Dikshkan, got auto-modded. Wait, there's a new Furnace Fun skip for... Oh my god. That's... Part of me thinks that's awesome. But on the other hand, it is like if a few months ago someone found like a 2-minute time save in Odyssey where sub hour was just like free. It's like pretty much, or let's not say 2 minutes, let's say like a 1-minute time save, and it's like, oh, actually I knew with the 100 you can get it sub hour, and that kind of like kills the hype, because like a 159 would be an absolute like insane run from Stiv, who's already like a god at the game. But it will be awesome to see. I think with just a few runs from that, I think he can definitely get a 159 and 158, I guess. But that'd also be like the equivalent of the 200, which is absolutely ridiculous in its own right. So back to Mario 64. You know, actually, the Rareware developers got to take a look at this game before it was released and decided that they wanted to do a 3D platformer of their own, but they actually wanted to take a spin on it. They didn't like how in Mario 64 every star was an individual pursuit where you got dropped in the stage and you kind of go there and then you're done once you get it. So they designed the game around a flow through the level where you can get multiple jiggies at the same time. Oh, m0m0 missing the long jump wall kick. I thought that would have worked, but didn't get the ledge. I'm going to have to go for the backup on the box now. Is he going to be able to get the angle right? Yeah, okay, he's got it. But that's another time loss that Protoman might be able to capitalize on. Alright, let's see if Protoman can take care of this log wall kick now. Saving some time over m0m0 potentially. That one looks scary, but he's got the angle, and barely with the ledge guard. That was sketchy from Protoman, but you know, that log wall kick can be tough. But in a lot of ways, it's also kind of forgiving because you can do it with a few different angles. It just has to be the right Mario game stuff. And m0m0 actually with the firstie, that's going to save a little bit of time, but not really because he had to readjust after landing. Dude, oh, I almost read what Gainai said. I'm not gonna do it. I have some dignity. Gainai, congratulations on tying world record in Fire Sea today. Good stuff. Yay, claps in the chat. Wins 51 though. Good. Sincerely, Liam Kings. I guess. Liam King has 52-10 and Gainai tied it. The new Fire Sea movement is like such a boon to inexperienced runners or anyone up and coming who doesn't have like the absolute masterful consistency of people like Punkei, Tago, Cheese, who just done Fire Sea so many times in their lives. Oh, Dai 109, that is just gonna... It conserves your speed, whereas a 2nd through 5th frame wall kick will just give you a set speed and a little bit lower on the wall every like frame later you wall kick. So a first C is good for a lot of applications, especially if you're going for like a single start time. But in RTA, a lot of times you don't want to go for first C, because if you go 1 frame too early, you miss the wall kick entirely. And for this wall kick, like m0m0 just doing now, you would actually just fall all the way down anyway. So it's not a good idea. You can also tell if it's a firstie because there will never be any star animation. If you have a long jump, you have enough speed that the first frame you hit the ball will look like a bonk and you'll get the stars, but then you can still wall kick after that. The firstie will just instantly give you more speed. I need some more water. I'm talking too much. I also love talking about stuff like Banjo and other games and cool strats, speedrunning in general. I think I want to do some speedrunning like writing, because speedrunning has like a fair amount of podcasts, but almost no like written journalism or like story pieces, I guess. But I think right now I'm more focused on commentating and actually playing because I want to get good. m0m0 struggling a little bit here in Snowman's Land. A bit freezy, you know. Rest in peace to Speedrun Ice. We used to have an emote that was like a clock in an ice block, and that was cool, I guess. But I think the sync is definitely worth it. Also, I really like GSA T. It's like a fedorative emote almost. It's just so funny. Alright, Protoman Snowman's Head, safer strat there, but ending up able to get it, but wow, a couple seconds lost can get pretty rough there. Yeah, guys, please subscribe, smash that like button if you want to see more emotes in the chat, fellas. If you have Twitch Prime, you can do it for free. Thanks, lads. There you go. Alright. Some of you seem to like that, some of you seem to not like that. I think that was a one-time thing. Oh, Protoman actually messing up on the same star m0m0 did. Roll from the freezing pond. You know, he went for the more advanced strat, but the comfy way is actually extremely consistent. The way the slope is angled, you'll almost always slide down right to the box, which makes it so convenient. But at the same time, Proto kind of got lost in the sauce, having to dodge spin gifs, get the right triple jump, not working out so well for him. But now we see, you know, the lead is still about 15 seconds. I don't think the lead has been... Like, m0m0's never been in the lead. And Proto's never been more than, like, 20 seconds ahead. The entire race. It's absolutely incredible. The consistency is fantastic. And even when they do mess up a little bit in upstairs, they do tend to be, like, pretty evenly matched. I need some more water. Press 1 if you're part of the hydration gang. And maybe I'll spam some sinks for hydration. I mean, sync is pretty applicable for the race too because it's so close. Alright, put him in nice box jump, arguably the hardest star in the stage, and he's got it down. Nice emotes, everybody. Coaches really do be all about that hydration. Momo also loves to do this, like, wall kick dive for Christmas Miracle. It doesn't add anything to the star, but it works just the same. So I guess if you'd like to, you can. I would say that Proto is still on a solid 50 pace. I would say. I usually want to say, like, it's gonna be a solid 9 minutes from when you're done with HMC. If you have like a good tippy. If you have an insane tippy, it can be like 840 or so, but that's more like world record level. I think in D2 you want to see like between 9 and 10 minutes for tippy. Speed police out there saying like 840 tippy, hold up. You know, that kind of tipped them off. Hello. Solo commentating, so sometimes I would just like mute until they leave, but not really gonna happen, is it? Protoman, lots of long jumps for these rolling rocks. Looking like it's 2005. You know, a lot of people now are like 15, and Benji's like 13, Ouija's like 15 or 16, I don't know. But a lot of good players are pretty young. Protoman is like double their age though, but he's such a goat, as in legend. What a nice guy, Proto. And here we go, Protoman coming up to the door. Looks like he was gonna go for a Wilco clip before realizing that's banned. Is Wilco here? Probably not. Well, I'm not going to check if he's here. Alright, lag 2 bounce for Proto. Probably. I mean, he could go for something else, but usually lag 2 bounce is the one you want to get out of the way because it is really about this lag 2, and he's got it. So if you missed him, you got to do some backups, or you can go around and do it the normie way. Alright, Protoman. Really good stuff here. Lag 2 bounce. While it is maybe not as hard as it seems, it's like, how do you get lag 2 to be there? It's like fairly... Oh wow, Momo missing it though. You know, lag 2, he's still an enemy, and it's still hard to make him behave exactly the same. So you have to back this one up with reds. Protoman also, I think he was trying to line up for the triple jump wall kick, but didn't like his camera or something along those lines, decided to go for swinging in the breeze instead. And this is going to be kind of scary. This triple jump is pretty hard. You got to land right on top of the flame shooter. Proto did it. So very, very scary for Protoman. If you miss that triple jump, you die, and there's nothing else anyone can do about it. Alright, Momo, second try lag 2 bounce. Can he get it? This is what he needs to stay in the race against Protoman. To be competitive, he's got the bounce. He needs to grab the pole. This is hard. If you press A too early, you actually have to wait a few frames while sliding before you can press A and actually jump. You'll actually slide all the way down, and by the time you can react, it's all over. You've lost the lag 2 bounce. But he got it. Protoman getting reds, not the best reds ever. It's clear, but you know what? I think he's entitled to getting it done at his own pace because this run has been really solid, very consistent, and you know what? Sometimes a couple stars aren't going to go right. But when a star not going right is what happened in Reds, that's almost nothing. Oh my god, Protoman, as I say it, a cursed death on the falling blocks there. When you are running and they start, they shiver, they fall, that can actually disrupt your jump. And that ate Protoman so roughly. It's just, that's a terrible death, and it's not a common one for such a comfy strat. That's ridiculous. I mean, I've died like that too, but it's usually not something you see, and it doesn't look like that should be a way to die. But in Mario 64, just anything can kill you pretty much. So very unfortunate for Protoman. You know, Rainbow Ride probably put the coffin on his 50 pace. But still, a low 51 would be not bad at all. So we won't actually know until they touch the Bits star door, like the one where you go up to the endless stairs. Because Momo got Toad, and Proto didn't. And he also got Reds, so the store order is completely different. I'm not sure if he's going to go for 100 this time. No, he's actually going for tip down wall kicks. So Momo, 100 coin, the hardest thing in this stage, and arguably one of the hardest things in the run since toward the end. It's a very difficult movement-based star. There's plenty of invis walls, scuffed geometry, kind of like what happened to Protoman in Rainbow Ride, but there's a lot more of it. A bunch of coin boxes, you got to deal with some RNG involved, and a lot of fast, precise movement. So we gotta check it out. Can Momo actually close out this 100 coin? It hasn't been the best. Inviswall, there we go. He's got to back this up now. Don't want to fall. Alright, barely able to get it. I mean, it always looks that way. He got the backup just fine. Put him in. As Gagne says, kind of a reverse star order that he goes for. But wow, it is going to come down to the wire. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to come all the way down to Bits. Maybe even throws. This race had just both runners and neither of them giving an inch. I need some water.
Mamma mia!
Alright, we good. Momo looks like he messed up a chip zone wall kick now, and he's got to take care of the backup. Looks like he's able to get it though. And Protoman, no! Another death in Tippy! This is it! Momo looking to possibly be in the lead, 1 star ahead, but that's going to be a Toad for Proto, and a, no, like, it's going to be a full star for Proto is what I mean. That's rough. Momo's got a decent lead now for the first time in the race, and it's because of some very unlikely deaths from Protoman on an otherwise good run. And failing this chip zone wall kick for 100 coin. Momo, you know, not doing so well with these chip zone wall kicks either for time moving, but he's still saving time here. Oh my god, this side flip is not going so hot. You know, could be a bit smoother. I gotta say, the execution of these individual stars is oftentimes not the best. But the only deaths have been from Protoman and Tippy, and that's given Momo quite an opening. Alright. Feed is stuck for the moment, but looks like Proto is finishing up his 100 coin. There he goes. Alright. So we have Momo certainly in the lead. 68 stars to Proto 67, and he's going up for time jumps on moving bars. He's definitely ahead right now. Despite putting him in a Toad behind, it's still gonna be an uphill battle for him. But m0m0 giving Proto opportunities here, actually falling down on triple jump on time jumps for moving bars and gonna have to do this backup here. That's nuts, honestly. Protoman getting some free time save here and also being cleaner on the time moving stars is gonna give him a bit of room to catch up. And now it's pretty much just the Toad difference apart from m0m0. His lead has shrunk. It's gonna come down to bits. It's gonna come down to triple jump wall kick, and it's gonna come down to throws. I hope you guys are ready, because this one is going all the way. Protoman wrapping up his TikTok clock segment. m0m0 about to finish TDC, but he can go right up into bits. We're pretty much saying get your clocks ready and get your sinks out in just a second here. I think they're actually going to be tied. Alright, I want to see the difference when they touch the door. It's going to be close. Oh my god, Protoman 1 second behind m0m0. Even the stair movement can be a bit tough. Nice forward long jumps from Protoman. Those are slower, by the way, as you can tell. And we are actually synced in bits. This is nuts. After 50 minutes of gameplay, it all comes down to this. Protoman struggling on the beginning, though. m0m0 going to come up with a faster cycle here, but slowing down for the triple jump wall dive. The triple jump dive. Protoman's going to slow down as well. Want to take it safe. But when this is all on the line, top spot in the league, who's gonna get it? Who wants it more? m0m0 struggling now. Protoman on the triple jump, and they're seconds apart. Coming up to triple jump wall kick. What are they gonna go for? Moving left from Protoman possibly. I think he goes for stationary. m0m0 as well though, and he's got it. Both runners getting triple jump wall kick first try, and they're coming up into the final elevators of the stage. Proto actually with an ambitious dive to get on the lower one. That was actually very sketchy, but I can't believe he had the courage to pull that one off. I don't know if he knows what the lead is, but he's got it going into the pipe. m0m0's behind. Protoman can win the game. Despite 2 deaths in Tippy, this is still a pretty good run from the man, and he's looking to close it out, taking advantage of where m0m0 slipped up, and it's 2 throws left to go. m0m0 got his first one though, and the consistency is really showing in these runners. Protoman second one right on the mark, third one for the win, and to beat m0m0 and take the 3rd spot in the league. And it's wide. Can m0m0 hit it? m0m0's got it. m0m0 taken first in the league. Protoman so close, but so far. And that is actually gonna do it. A hard-fought victory for m0m0 here in the league. Let's get some clocks. What an awesome race. Shoutouts to both runners. Protoman, you know, it looks like he kind of got screwed. You can look at it that way. Or you can look at it as m0m0 staying in the race long enough and waiting for his moment to take the lead. But still, what a close one. Protoman and m0m0, were you guys aware of how close the race was?
Yeah, well, at least for a while. Actually, it's the whole race.
Yep, I think so.
It's like we had an agreement, like, before Fire C to not make any mistakes, and then, like, after Fire C, just, like, everything. We just decided to all make
we had an agreement, right, Proto? We had an agreement, right?
Yeah, it was in the script.
Yeah. In the script.
True. Yeah, the start of your race was really good, Proto, and m0m0, you were never more than like 15 seconds behind. But then it went up to Tippy, and Proto, you had some very unfortunate deaths. Like, the way you died at tricky triangles is really stupid.
Yeah, I forgot how to do because I've been doing pro triangles, and then I was like, well, I don't want to do pro triangles right now.
Yeah, because that's what happened against Tabo, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I reverted back, but then I forgot the muscle memory or something. I don't know. It's terrible.
Well, I think it was just like the way when you were running there, it triggered one of the falling blocks, and that ate your jump, which just sucks.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, but m0m0, you know, you might not have had the best Tippy, but you didn't die at all, and that actually helped you take the lead over Proto. And down to bits, you were pretty much tied, and Proto actually missed a throw, which gave you the win. So how do you think the race was overall?
I think the race was pretty great. I mean, I saw some of the chat, and they all said it was pretty close, and so I think it was a nice race to watch, and I think our both tippies were pretty terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you guys were on like 50 pace going into tippy, and you came out with 52s, so
Yeah,
definitely a little bit of time loss.
But it was entertaining, at least.
That
So
was
that's
it
good.
was a great race.
it was.
Well, Momo, I think this puts you back in first. You know, Taba is first in the league now. Maybe he hasn't played. Maybe he played a different number of games now. We'll see. Like at the end of the league, of course. But
Okay.
yeah, you're back in first.
Damn,
And
that's nice to hear.
yeah, Proto, you'll get a lot of points. You're actually gonna get like I think the whole 19. So you're actually back in third. You barely bopped Drogi.
Cool,
But
cool.
yeah, if you would have won, you would have been a lot closer. You would have had to win by a lot to win and get first. But yeah, this is really close at the top right now.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting. And only
So
1
the
week
league-
to go.
Yeah, the league's almost over. Who do you guys have left to play?
I played J-Mill.
Okay.
And I really don't know who I need to play next, to be honest.
Well, there you go. I hope, you all have the best of luck. And we'll
Thanks.
get ready for the playoffs. It's almost here. I can't believe it. But I think we're going to cut it here. I hope you all enjoyed that amazing race. Thank you, Proto. Thank you, Momo.
Good game. See you guys.
Thanks, Chichi. Bye.
GG.